anything around here, then I am a massive fan of Middlesbrough FC. And our 23-24 season so far, it's given me an aneurysm. I've had it's been like having depression. Basically, our season has been the definition of bipolar, mate. I've felt depression, excitement, and we just lost 2-0 at home to bloody Stoke City. And so, let's see a recap through the season. So anyway, but we'll actually start last season, where after Koshama, the absolute idiot, who I wouldn't mind to see step on an upturn plug, and to be fair, has gone inside for the worst Premier League side of all time. I hope you enjoy relegation, guys, and I hope you enjoy your 10 points. What a sad little life. And yes, I did think, if you're new here, didn't think you'd expect to see a come down with me reference in the first minute. Well, that's what you got. But anyway, we unfortunately lost in the playoff semi-final 1-0. But it looked promising, considering how we were 23rd in October. And we made the steady rise up to fourth? Yeah, fourth. And and we just lost that in the playoff semi-finals. But then the transfer window came, and well, if you look at our squad, it was on loan. Someone's the Villa in Wolves loan farms had expired. Plus, she Blackburn went off to join Ajax's relegation battle, which this is a bit cool, but you can see how he left us to go play Champions League football. One, Ajax weren't even in the Champions League, and two, he's in a flipping relegation battle in the Dutch League with Ajax. That is what you chose, Tuber. I hope you deeply regret he probably doesn't. He's earning £10,000 a week sitting on Ajax's bench, mate, and not having to play in the Championship. We made some signings. Seng Dieng from QPR, Tom Glover from the Central Coast Mariners. I'm pretty sure it might have been someone else. I can't remember. Now the Melbourne or the Central Coast Mariners. And then Jamie Jones, basically just to teach the kids what to do when playing football, or being a goalkeeper. And we also brought in Morgan Rogers from Man City. So it was decent until we realised he's Morgan Rogers. We brought in another Aussie in Sammy Silvera. And we also signed Sepp Vandenberg's brother, Rav. He wasn't signed by Liverpool, we signed him from Suole. I don't know. And then the first game of the season came against Millwall. Considering how this is the first time I ever have a season ticket, considering how I lived in Norfolk for 4 years, but I used to regularly go to games in 2018. I was excited. There was a combined total of 4 shots on target in the entire game. 2 each. For crying out loud, we played Morgan Rogers as a striker, and we had Marcus Force on the pitch. Now, surely, when Morgan Rogers is usually a left midfielder, and Marcus Force is a striker, would you not think to maybe play Force on the left, and not Rogers in the left, and Force up front? It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, anyway, the game was about as entertaining as the FNAF movie, and let's be honest, you've all waited 9 years for him about blooming animatronics. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing. I won't watch it because it's blooming Five Nights at Freddy's. But anyway, off the blunt movie talks, and yeah, Millwall scored in the 80th minute. Just why? First, some idiot threw a coin at Eze, the goal scorer, and I'm like, which, by the way, I do not condone that. If you are going to a game of football to throw coins at the opposition, just don't bother turning up. So, and then anyway, our next game was in the League Cup against Huddersfield. We beat them 3-2. They had 10 men. Mission for the playoff semi-final. I was looking forward. We lost 3-0. I didn't even watch the end of the game. This was on the telly, so I was on the telly, and I literally turned the telly off and went to do something else because I couldn't bear to watch the awful defending. I love Hayden Hackney, and I'm going to go on how good he is later on in the video. But for crying out loud, you've had 2 shots deflected off you that's allowed for Coventry goals, mate. Maybe, just maybe, how about you clear your lines? Then, we played Huddersfield at a game at home where I was on holiday. So thank you, people, and thanks, Mum and Dad, for bringing me to Bulgaria. And, of course, I miss Hayden Hackney, wonder goal. Of course, the one game I wasn't there for at home, and he scores the goal of the season contender. Just why? No, we beat them anyway. We played West Brom. We lost 4-2, and Tommy Smith was sent off. Jesus Christ! Could this get any worse? No, it couldn't actually. It got slightly better as we ended up going to play bottom in the second round of the cup. The first ever time I went to an away game, and we went 1-0 down in 26 minutes. Jesus Christ. Could this thing get any worse? But no, it got better. Thankfully, as Matt Crooks chipped the goalkeeper, and if you watch the highlights, the Bolton mascot just looks like Crooks. It just looked like Crooks has murdered his family. Yeah, and then the wonder from down under, the Aussie who's secretly a Teessider, Ryan McGee. It took him about 4 or 5 games, but he just morphed into prime Messi, mate. Scoring a goal from the edge of the box and then assisting one from Walk Rogers, sending us to the next round of the League Cup. And boom, surely we carry our form into our next game. We got battered 2-0 by QPR. The first half wasn't bad. It took a chair wonder goal for the lead. But Jesus Christ, in the second half, you could have stuck 11 melted chocolate bars on the pitch, and they would have shown the quality. They'd have shown better quality than us on that game. And then we played Blackburn Rovers. To be fair, we only lost that game 2-1. And it wasn't the greatest. It was just really I didn't watch it though because it was on 3 o'clock away. So thank you, UK, and your stupid blackout at 3 p.m. Which I could make a video on that if you want me to. But yeah. And then we played Sheffield Wednesday, the worst side in Championship history. We drew 1-1 from a goal that really shouldn't have counted because that someone drags a player down from our corner. But then suddenly something changed. The boys came against Southampton and we went 1-0 down in 20 minutes. So Jesus, just end everything. So I was ready for another defeat and to cry. Ryan McGee, the wonder from down under, the Teesside, the Aussie who's secretly a Teesside. Liam, you've literally said that about a minute ago. Okay, just trying to get some content. But he released another goal from outside the box, and I went mad. Mainly because I'd seen a goal of blooming Riverside for the first time this season. And then, in the 62nd minute, the Southampton defender, I think it was Stephen, something like that, forgot how to play football and just dragged Josh Cumnor, giving us a penalty. Johnny Elson converts, and then it was park the bus for the next 38 minutes. And we pick up our first championship win of the season. And then we played Watford. Now we said to my local non-league team, Gisborough Town, for a fun day. But guess what? Ryan McGee, the Aussie who's secretly a Teesside, the one. Yeah, that's the 3rd time we've done it, mate, and you did it literally 30 seconds ago. Again, I explain this. This is to try to get dramatic. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. So we're 2-0. This is incredible. Oh, for God's sake, it's 2-2. But then Josh Coburn, Ginger Haaland. Actually, he's not Ginger. He's better than Haaland. Because Haaland's the tapping merchant. He makes it 3-2. And we've actually won a game. 2 games on the bounce. I also forgot. We played Bradford in the Cup. I completely forgot about that game. Yeah, we won that 2-0, to be fair. So that was kind of cool. And then we played Cardiff City at home. In the league. And everything was looking off for crying out loud. Ryan McGee's injured his foot. Well, everything. Surely can't give us for crying out loud. Darren Allen's ill. But then, Isaiah Jones, in the 62nd minute, the man who can just run, and that's about it, scores. and everything's looking great. And then last night, finally getting some minutes because I don't know, Josh Kirby must have some career-ending data of Michael Carrick because that man gets picked way too much, and I'll come back onto that later. He sprints a card of defence, slips, but then recovers to make it 2-0, and this is incredible. And then, the biggest game of the season, Sunderland. We hate the Markets. They don't hate us as much personally, because they're more bothered more than Newcastle, but it doesn't matter, because guess what? They've got a red card in the first half, and everything is coming up Millhouse. Then, Sam Greenwood, the guy who was a Macca and his dad owns a season ticket for Sunderland, says, I don't care, and smashes one in. And it's 1-0. Then, Mr. B's secret campaign, one of the treaty plans comes to life as Matt Crooks puts on number 2. Then, the man who can run, Izzy Jones, makes it 3-0, and then to finish it all off, Marcus Fowles from off the bench, who's actually started to play striker, puts it in and takes the absolute mick out of the Sunderland fans by pretending to do a smile. Absolutely incredible. And then we had an international break. Jesus Christ. You've just put the worst international break of all time. We were flying high, and yet you've put an international break there. What a sad little life in international breaks. Screw you, Euros qualifiers. I hate you. And then we played Birmingham. Oh, for crying out loud. Tommy Smith injured his Achilles mid-game and he's out for the season. But that doesn't matter, because John Woody may be bald, but he was making some saves. But then, Morgan Rogers, the guy he signed from Man City, so he must be world class. Forced Crooks out. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell's in? Then the tree puts it back into the box, and then somehow Rogers is there to score and put it past John Woody, and it's 1-0. We've won in the 90th minute, and I left the ground to beat the traffic. But then, it was Norwich. Now, I used to live near Norwich, and so when we beat them 5-1 last season, I took the mick out of literally everybody I knew, because it's great fun to laugh at Norwich when you live in Norwich, but a Norwich fan. And then, Sam Greenwood, whose dad was in hospital and clearly not making use of that Sunderland season ticket he has, scores and does a beautiful celebration to him. And then Sammy Silvera, the Aussie from down under, but that doesn't make any sense. But the bundle of joy, Liam, you try and make this up again. We don't have that from yet. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. That is a fair point this time. We do not have anything for Sammy Silvera. But anyway, he puts one on, because that is why you let him cook, as Entrus said. Jonathan Rose scored for Norwich, but who really cares? It was the 9th minute basket game. And then it was Stoke City, who had been on some decent form, but surely they couldn't beat us. Oh, for crying out loud, they've scored from the softest corner ever, a minute in. 5 minutes in. Oh. But don't we? Our Borough boys come out and say it's 2-0. It's 2-0. Oh, just. When is it gonna end, Robbie? But you think we'd come out in the second half, right? We literally couldn't hit a barn door. I remember as I was leaving the ground, someone I'd go to the games with said, we could have played till tomorrow, and we still wouldn't have scored. Yeah, now I'm recording this quite late on the Sunday night, the day after the game. Yes, I completely agree. They could. Matt Crooks, Morgan Rogers, who else was up front that day? Josh Kirby, Isaiah Jones, and Sam Green could all be still out there on that pitch, and they still wouldn't have a hope in hell of scoring. I mean, the Stoke keeper, Boham, could have probably gone to sleep, could have taken a nap, called his friends and family. They just gone, oh, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just playing a game, but these Borough players have no chance in hell of scoring. Like, they could have done that. And again, when I said they couldn't score, they could be playing right now. And so I don't think they could play until Halloween. They could play until we play Exeter in the League Cup on Tuesday, and they still wouldn't have scored by the time they got on the bus. Like, it's just that was up there with the QPR ones of how incredibly awful that was. And I've got a reason why. Hayden Hackney, give that man the Ballon d'Or, because when he got suspended for us, the team falls apart without him. So screw that Pessi and Parland and Pillion and Pape and I know he's not been nominated, but Cristiano Pinaldo. Give the thing to Hayden Hackney, because he seriously is the guy. Playing Dan Barlaser and Johnny Howson is not going to work. Johnny Howson and Dan Barlaser are basically the same player. Just one looks like Ted the Sloth, and the other is Johnny Howson. Dan Barlaser could look like Ted the Sloth. So yeah, it's a funny comparison. But they're basically the same player. It's just not going to work playing them together. And Josh Kerwin, as I said earlier, that man must have some career-ending data on Michael Carrick, because Jesus Christ, since Watford, he has done absolutely nothing to deserve his starting place. He nearly got sent off against Sunderland. Not scored against QPR, and he's just a bit hopeless, to be honest. No, Latte hasn't scored since Cardiff, but what's he supposed to do? He gets about 10-minute cameos, 10-20-minute cameos off the bench. And what's he supposed to do when he services Matt Crooks, for crying out loud? And again, I remember sitting with my dad for the game, and he was like, why is Crooks standing literally right next to Isaiah Jones? I agree with it, like, Crooks is a tall lad. You want him in the centre waiting for a cross. He's basically playing what? If you look on the right side, it's basically just Jones and Blummin. It's Jones and Crooks playing 1-2s. And if you're Lucas Engel, you must be thinking, what do I need to do to get the Blummin ball? Because genuinely, we never use the left side. It's all down to the right hand side in Izzy Jones. Now, I like Izzy Jones. I'm joking about the only thing he can do is run. But genuinely, just because he's fast doesn't mean everything has to come from him. Maybe, use Sam Greenwood, Lucas Engel, the left-hand side. Latte after crying out loud, Michael. Into all of that, and me nearly having a brain aneurysm, we are currently 10th in the Championship, 3 points outside the playoffs, and 14 off Ipswich, who sit in second, which practically leads about 9 points off Ipswich. Ipswich have a game in hand. It's basically, we've got to go up via the playoffs again if we do, which, because they're going to give me a heart attack. Well, that's going to be where I'm going to end off today's video. If you enjoyed this type of video, then I'll do more stuff. I'll do more recaps of Borough. If I do another one, probably the next one will be after the Sunderland game in February. But yeah, if you enjoyed, then I'm glad you did. If you want me to do that, video about 3 PM blackout, then I will. And I'll see you all anyway in the next one. If you decide to watch the next one, goodbye.